Rejection to relationships. It's all about really taking that feeling of rejection, and Khalia, you've done a beautiful job about just that noise, right? Just the noise that's always going on in terms of, am I good enough? What if I fail? All that. So not only just the rejection that we may get from a coach or from a parent or from a peer, but very much the rejection that we're battling inside ourselves. So how do we have a relationship with ourselves that's very honoring and respecting and really for us in a way that is pushing us through that? So what are your winning strategies?
I think for me, once again, perspective. That's like the biggest thing that I always go back to, because I can be my own worst enemy. I can have these back and forths in my head about what the right thing is to do, what the wrong thing is to do, and why it feels
what
so
other
right.
people are going to think, or what,
Exactly.
like, I mean, there's a lot.
So I think that once again becomes so noisy, and kind of taking a second. I'm someone who can really be a yes man when it comes to the social activities. So if my friends are all going to a movie, I'm like, I don't want to miss out, so I'm going to say yes, or whatever it may be. I just kind of always wanted to be involved, and I had to find strategies or ways to learn how to hold myself accountable for like taking care of my temple and like what my safe space is.
Your relationship, right, with yourself. Really just honoring that.
So I think one thing that you told me one time is kind of giving myself those things as rewards in those social situations. If I did something well, and for example, if I'm in school, if I sat down and did all my history homework, then I get a reward and I get to go hang out with my friends. Or if I'm playing overseas, for example, did I do my laundry and organize my whites and my colors or whatever it may be? Yes, I did. So I get to go out, have a gelato. Like just the little things like that, and kind of making it fun for myself, because I think as an athlete, we have this naturally competitive nature. So if I could find things that I was competing with myself with, and it felt like a game and kind of had some fun to it, it kind of motivated me to do it more. So just little things like that. I think you gave me that, and that's been like a really helpful, great technique or strategy for myself. But yeah, also if I am saying yes to those things, then realizing that it's all a balance. I may need that. Maybe I didn't do something right, but I do need to go out with my friends. Then after, make it easier for my future self, do the little things so I can do something else that's fun.
And a good tool for that is stats, for you being able to, again, team, back to our stats, you being able to say, is that a 10 for me? Because you don't want to go do something that's a 6, because then you're going to feel like a 6, versus if you say intentionally with all of your choices, what's my stat on this? Well, going with my friends is a 10, but right now I need to rest, or I need to do a lot of other things, and negotiating that. In a way that you're in relationship for yourself, you're competing for you to really be your best. So winning strategy team, ask yourself every time you go to make a decision, what's my stat on this on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 low, 10 being fabulous. So, is this going to get me to where I want to go, both present and future? Really a great winning strategy. So now let's talk about relationships with peer-to-peer. Because that's a lot of pressure, right? In terms of wanting to be accepted, wanting to perform, wanting, FOMO, not wanting to miss out. Winning strategies for peer-to-peer pressure.
Woo.
Again, we're going big, team.
Yeah, I think I've had so many conversations with my mom, and if you're a mother watching, I think I've had so many conversations, once again, with my college years and my group of friends, and all going through that huge life transition together. It can be really easy, especially in college when you're all just in the same place, there's not a lot of parents involved, to kind of rely on each other, which is always good to have a team, but to bring each other down also, and kind of start, you're all trying to stay afloat and paddle, but then you all just kind of start drowning together, and you get stuck in this really like dark time that I think I experienced, and my friends in college too had to go through with me, and it was like a group of friends that were all struggling, and we didn't have the tools or the capabilities to get each other out of it. So you're kind of relying on all these people that are really hurting, and it gets so hard, and it gets really dark at times, because you're all transitioning and you're experiencing all these new things in life, and you don't have the life practice or the tools and capabilities that you're talking about and you're teaching us to help each other out of it. So that was definitely my biggest performance barrier. And the thing that helped me the most with that and kind of not getting too entangled in the life that was supposed to be my friends. So I think with me, I could see myself getting into this really dark place and I needed help so bad, but instead of relying on my friends and kind of pulling them down with me, taking some accountability for myself, if I was helping a friend and I wasn't the one in the dark position, knowing that their struggles weren't my fault, or it wasn't my responsibility to take them out of their depression or take them out of their dark time or whatever they're going through, which is so hard because you love them.
Absolutely. It's so hard to watch somebody you love hurt.
Yeah. And it's still something that's really hard with nowadays and seeing so many people stuck inside and not knowing what to do or how to help. But I think the quickest way you can survive in a storm is if you help yourself first. You kind of have to swim to safety first, and then you can go back and grab your friends. But definitely setting those boundaries for yourself. What's a 10 for you, statting it, and really just checking in with yourself, because the first thing you need when you're trying to help someone else with their struggles is to be confident in yourself and to be sure that you're doing okay before you help someone else.
Well, and Khalia, you know, the sports life coaching is what we're so passionate about, because it's basically training you in your life as intentionally as a sport coach is training you in sport. And we leave that out. I mean, it's crazy that we put so much effort into making sure that you can be great at volleyball, and we don't say, I want to make sure you can be great at life.
Yeah.
Because there's a training for it, right? There's tools, there's practice, there's things that you want to do. And so, you know, that's what we're passionate about. That's what you've been really great about being on the journey with us for that too, and really saying, hey, train for your life as intentionally as you train to win in sports and win life.